Hello. You can see this. But, you know, I like you to get out of the habit of second guessing yourself. Um, go with your gut. Go with your first choice, first thought that comes in your head. Just go with it. Because that's God. God put that thought in your head. The universe put that thought in your head. Now, when you second guess it, and you do your second choice, that's the devil. And why the devil has you second guess. So you choose him. And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that you're not going to make mistakes. Or what you going with your first choice, or just going nonstop, um, you're not going to do things that you think at first will seem wrong or not the right choice. But and it will be the wrong choice. It will, but not really, not really. There is no such thing as a wrong choice. Uh, but over time, you develop to go with your instinct, go with your gut. That's why cops go to firing ranges. They go to those other ranges where the bad guy shoots out of the closet and is holding a good guy, and they got to shoot the bad guy and not the good guy. Stuff like that, and they practice all that stuff. That's to get their gut, their instincts, like that. And if they didn't do that, then they would make a lot of mistakes. And a lot of the good people would die. And they're trying to avoid that. You know, and they hide the good people and the bad people because it's a split second decision you have to make between a good guy and a bad guy. Which one is which one do I shoot and which one do I save? And they don't make it so obvious. They try to hide it because they want you to use your discernment. And that's what I'm telling you to do. But in your daily life, not on a firing range. In your daily life, when a race car driver, a good race car driver, goes by instinct, goes by his gut. You know, uh, he doesn't always look in the mirror. He doesn't always pre-plan his next move. He just makes it, and those are the ones that win the races. And the cops that go by their gut are the ones that save the good people. You know. And now, none of them, the race car driver or the cop, didn't do it without training. They didn't come out of the womb knowing which one to shoot and how to drive. So they might have had uh, nature instincts that led them to those careers. Uh, you know, but it's like when a paratrooper practices jumping out of a plane that's already on the ground, and they just jump into like a ditch, and they learn how to jump out of the plane. Because you don't want to learn how to jump out of a plane, 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet in the sky. You want to learn how to do it on the ground, so when you get 10,000 feet in the sky, you know how to jump, and you don't die. So along those lines, and I do that. I do that in my daily life. I go with my gut. I go with my gut. I trust my gut. And if my gut tells me you're a bad person, believe me, you ain't getting in that door. If you did get in that door, you're getting out real quick, and you'll never come back. I trust my gut. It's like some people say, the dog doesn't like you, so you can't come back. They trust the dog. The dog has instincts they don't have. You know, so you gotta be careful. If dogs don't like you, you might be a bad person. Dogs love me. Kids love me. They don't, I don't really. I have a dog. My mother has a dog, has a cockapoo or whatever, and it's a great dog. Great dog. Uh, and loves me. He's great around me. Listens to me. Doesn't listen to anybody else. Listens to me. You know. And kids, you know, I tend to stay away from kids because today is, I don't know. I guess I'm worried about you know, I've had people call me a child molester because the child molester is the biggest character assassination you can do on a person, and you don't need any evidence, you don't need any proof. You just say it, and that's the end of them. And that's what they did to me. So, you know, I try to not give them ammunition, you know. And you know, they're evil people, and well, they the one that's saying you're a child molester is the evil person when it's not factual and they have no facts and they're just saying it. They're the evil person. They're worse than a child molester because they know the power of it and they're using it for that reason. The dogs, I love dogs. I have a bird. I have a snake. Yeah, I love my snake. And animals love me. And I never had really a problem with an animal. Never been bit by a dog. Never even had a threat of being bit by a dog. Uh, Actually, my own dog used to bite me. I had a poodle that was, I don't know, a little sick in the head, and it only bit me, you know. And I would be in the house and I'd be fine, and I'd take the garbage out, and I'd come back in the house, and I'd have to jump on the counter because the dog would attack me, and my mother would have to pick up the dog and calm it down, and then everything was fine. But we got rid of that dog. He didn't stick around, and his name was Pepper, so he lived up to his name. But I didn't kick it. I didn't hurt it. I didn't do anything to it, but it hated me. I don't know. There's certain things, you know. Maybe the devil's in that dog. I don't know. There's a black poodle. I don't know. But I'm just saying, back to my thing. Go with your instincts. Go with your gut. They never steer you wrong. They never steer you wrong. You know, at first, uh, like if you don't like somebody, your gut's telling you something's off with this guy. You know, something's off with this girl. You know, just know your gut works in the spiritual world, the universe, and it knows things you don't know. It hears and is a party to things that you're not a party to. And they might, you don't want to tell this person that my gut tells me you're a bad person. But this, it won't take long. They'll reveal themselves. You'll know that they're a bad person without a doubt. And, you know, if you lend them money, you might never get it back. You know, you let them in your house, they might take something. Uh, Let them close to your wife, you might lose your wife. Things like that. And if your gut is telling you, I don't trust this guy around my wife, I don't trust this kid, this guy around my family or my property, and I know, like when I give money, I give it with the idea that I ain't never seeing it again. And 99% of the time, I'm correct. I'm correct. You know, when I was young, I used to deal pot and at school. I would, you know, people would ask me to front them in a bag, you know, if they didn't have any money that day. And I'd give them a nickel, you know, $5, big deal, $5, right? The ones that never paid me back never got another nickel. And it was worth $5 to find out who I could trust and who I can't. And the ones that did pay me back, I would have gave them an ounce. I would have gave them anything they wanted. The ones that didn't pay me back, they couldn't get a penny. You know, they showed their true colors. They didn't realize I was clocking them, but I was. And my gut told me, don't trust this guy. You know, and you know, when I was young, my gut wasn't. I wasn't so sure of my gut. I was the rookie cop. I didn't know how to handle myself. I'm no longer a rookie cop, so I trust my gut. I know who I can trust and who's bad news. And I know when the universe is telling me to stay away from somebody, you know. Uh, and I don't live in worry. If you live in worry, you bring on things to worry about. It's like people that are drama queens. Everything in their life is a drama situation. It's like one drama situation resolves itself, and then another one appears, and then another one appears, and it just never seems to end. And it's the person that they're drama queens. They create the drama. They look for the drama. The drama comes to them because they know they're receptive to it. They know they'll accept it. So it's very hard to not have drama in their life when you're a drama queen. And I don't really have drama in my life. I'm very peaceful. I have a peaceful day. I cook my dinner. I cook my food. I take care of myself. Uh, you know, when people bring drama to me, I pretty much ignore them. I don't feed into it. I don't add to it. I don't make it worse. And I will defend myself. I will let you know when you're wrong, but I don't escalate it to a fist fight. I don't escalate it where it becomes drama. And you have to know the line, and you don't cross that line. You know, a lot of people cause you trouble because they want you to cross that line. They're baiting you. They're saying, "Oh, come for me, and then I'm going to crush you once you do. I'm going to record it. I'm going to send it to the cops. You did this." I'm not going to record what they did. They're not going to record why you went off. They're going to record your reaction, and that's going to be enough. You have to be careful and be wise. So what a wise person does. Doesn't let someone bait you. I mean, there's two kind of fish in the ocean: the one that gets caught and the one that don't. And the one that don't is wise, and the one that does is not. They go for the bait every time, and that's it. And that's why when you go fishing on like a charter boat or something, catch a lot of little fish. Don't catch the big fish. You catch the little fish. Little fish. Because the little fish are young. They don't know not to go for the bait. They think the bait is food. The worm looks good. And the older fish are like, I don't know about that. I've never seen a worm swim like that before. And they don't go for it. Don't be a little fish. Learn. Learn from your mistakes. So I'm saying, if you go with your gut, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna learn from them so they're not mistakes. Just like I said, there's never a loser. There's only a winner and a learner. If you lose, you're a learner, not a loser. And the only time you're a loser is when you don't learn from it. You just keep doing it over and over. You know. And that's why I like professional sports. They lose a lot. They lose a lot, but they learn a lot. And they win. You're afraid to make mistakes. You're afraid to lose. You'll never win. You have to lose to win. You know, the ones that don't do that are not very intelligent, not very wise, and that's why they don't win. They don't know how to manipulate the odds.